If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button. It really does help the video out, even if I don't deserve it because I'm terrible at video games. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for absolutely no reason, the link for that is down below. If you do need any coins, head over to u7buystore.com. Use the code TVM at checkout for a discount. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of the FM Road to Glory. We are Cumbrae Celtic in the second tier of Welsh football. Things are going well, although recently we took a little bit of a dip in form against two teams that we absolutely should have beaten. One was in the Cup, one was in the league, and yes, the record has gone. We have lost our very first game. Annoyingly, it's a team who are now mid-table-ish, and a team that we'd beaten earlier in the season. I've gone to the wrong thing. Schedule. We lost to Undy in the league, 2-1. It was a frustrating performance. We went a goal up, as you can see, conceded to make it 1-1. I pushed for the win, thinking that we were good enough, and we were exposed at the back by Dan Cox, and we lost the game 2-1. Pontypridd, I completely had a blank in this game. I rested players because it was the Cup, and I'm not that arsed about the Cup. But I rested players, I had a complete blank, didn't realise Pontypridd were actually in our division. Was like, oh, I'm losing this game, and it's understandable because, of course, they're a division above us. And I was thinking, hang on a minute. It was around the 50th minute or so. I think we'd literally just made it 1-1. Looking at that, it would have been 1-1. And I thought, oh, hang on a minute. They're in, like, relegation battle in our division. We would have played them this season and beaten them. We beat them 1-0. Did we beat Undy as well? Beat them 4-1 in the Cup at the very beginning of the season. And then we lost against them, and we played them again second to last game of the season. But yeah, very frustrating. And then when I realised, oh, they're in our division, we should beat them, I started throwing people forward, made a couple of really stupid decisions, and again, they caught us in behind 3 times, and that was the end of it. We lost 4-2. That's life, I suppose. Beat Avonlido 2-1. It was a dodgy game. Harley John got sent off in the 94th minute, but Tom Meachin had already secured the points for us. Up next is Carmarthen Town, who have managed to sneak up into second. I say sneak up as if they're right behind us. Even if we lose this game, we are still very much clear. But it would be very nice to win this game and put more than daylight. I mean, literally, it's a ferry ride at this point. If we can beat Carmarthen, who was it? Llanelli or Ammanford? One of them beat Clydach. So it's wide open. If we beat Carmarthen, honestly, we've won the league. I don't care how bad we are between now and the end of the season. We will be like 12 points clear, and we've only lost 1 game. We've gone through our bad patch. I'm pretty sure we're out the other end already. A couple of transfers to tell you about because people keep nicking our players and so on. Wrong one. The players that have gone out. Samuel Powell? No, there's someone pending. And I thought it was immediate transfers. Out. Lewis Brown. He is a central midfield player in our team. He doesn't start. He plays some sort of like I would say a bit part. He plays every single game. If you see, he played 15 games and got 4 goal contributions from central midfield is actually pretty good. And he doesn't start any of them. He literally comes on as a sub in every single game for Reese, the 16-year-old central midfield player. He's going to Ruthin. I've no idea who they are. Ruthin Town. He's going to them. I thought it would have been instant. It isn't instant. It's January. So I made a snap decision to replace him and... Who else did I replace? There was another player who went as well. Bradley Archer went to Llanfair. No idea where Llanfair is. But Bradley Archer went there. He was our sort of backup winger. I never really used him. I think he played like twice. But I felt the need to replace him anyway. So I went out and got Harry Blackburn, who was a free transfer. He apparently is on the way up. He's actually not a bad right wing. His crossing could be better. He's not bad. He's not particularly good, but yeah, he's all right. And the other player is Lucas Hoven, who again, on the way up, certain areas, on the way down in others. Central midfield, he will be a replacement off the bench for Reese. Again, a good passer of the ball, decent physicals about him, especially for this level. Good decision making as well, which is quite nice. Probably going to get himself sent off quite a lot because he's got 15 aggression, and at this level, that's not what you want, but hey. John has been sent off, so Travis James will play instead of him. He's got good tackling. He's not the slowest player in the world. That'll do, Pig. He's 20 years of age as well. He doesn't really get that many chances, but he's about to. Do we have another central midfield player? Jordan Meaney. I bought someone else as well. Where's my other Harley John suspended? I bought someone at Carrington. That's it. Carrington is going to go on the bench instead of... Who did I just put on the bench? I have lost my mind. I have no idea. I think Prosser wants to leave as well, actually, the right back. Yeah, I've got no idea what's going on here. I'm literally just hanging over Hoven. Yeah, so Carrington could go on the bench instead of Hoven. Prosser wants to leave, came to me and said, I want out, I'm not being played, I'm wasting my life. And I was like, do you know what, you're right, I am wasting your life. He's actually not that bad, but he doesn't have the attacking ability that I want in a fullback. Andrews has a little bit more, but can't defend as well, so it's swings and roundabouts. But Andrews has been playing particularly well, actually. 3 assists, 1 goal from fullback, 7.39. It's just a staple of my team. Any team that I have, my fullbacks will have assists, they will have goals, they will play well. They won't necessarily be able to defend, but that's another story. Carmarthen, second in the league, nearest to us. Can we beat them? That's the question. Let's dive in and hopefully find out what the answer is. I would very much like this to be straightforward. You know, first goal 10 minutes, second goal before half-time, score another one quite soon after the break, 3-0, job done, rest some players for the next game. That's what I would like. Is that going to happen? Things very rarely happen the way you want them to. There's Andrews, ball over the top to Bratley, ball into Meechan, and oh my god, that would have been the best start I could have hoped for. I said I wanted a goal in the first sort of 10-15. That would have been 23 seconds. He's hit the outside of the post. How he's missed, I don't know. We've got a set piece here with set piece with Brown. Griffith Norris collects it. 5 minutes in, long raking ball forward. It's going to be easy for Andrews. Probably one of my favourite players in the team, actually. I love a fullback. There goes Andrews around the outside. Has to come back because it's a terrible ball from Brown. Reese, the 16-year-old, to Meechan, the goal-scoring machine who can't pass, apparently. Here's Andrews again. Patient play. There's Thomas, another 16-year-old. What a back heel from Reese. And Meechan has missed twice when really we should be 2-0 up and clear. They've had 2 shots on target. They've not been good enough for us to see, but we should be 2-0 up. There's no two ways about it. Meechan should have scored twice, at least once. Ball played in, Phillips is there, and we find ourselves a goal down. That is unfortunate. And that's football, especially at this level. If you don't take your chances, you're going to get... Well, I suppose at any level, if you don't take your chances, then you don't deserve to win, do you? Let's be honest. That is a pretty decent header, to be fair. He just left his markers. And I don't know what they're shouting at the keeper, maybe? I don't know. It's their own fault. Meechan's deep to get this. Ball played forward, it's lost. And now, we're in a situation where if we concede again, we are in trouble. If we lose, it's not the end of the world. We're still, 6-7 points clear? But it's just frustrating that we can't just bury them and say, that's it. Done. League's ours. Back off. Because it would be nice to get promoted at the first time of asking. Ball over to Phillips, the goal scorer, and Andrews, my favourite player apparently, has just committed the sin of all sins and given away a penalty. Our keeper has saved one this season. He's also conceded the last one he faced. And he conceded a second. 2-0 down in 14 minutes, and it should be the other way around. That is life. Let's encourage. Let's go a little bit more positive. See, this is what I hate about this team, right? And I will say it because I don't like this team. I've encouraged them. They've gone... When you encourage a team at any other club, when you've just conceded a goal, they're all like fired up and ready to go. When you praise a team when they've just scored, they're all fired up and ready to go. This team do the opposite. If they concede and you encourage them, they go, oh, get off my back. If they score and you say, well done, they go, what, you didn't expect us to score? Oh, I'm in a mood now. I can't win. I cannot win. So half the time I don't say anything. But on that occasion, when I wanted to prove my point, they actually reacted quite well. Bratley to Thomas. Millward out to Ward. If we don't score before half-time, I think we're going to be in a bit of bother, to be fair. We concede more goals when James is at the back as well. I think next game, if if John is still out suspended, I'm going to play Carrington. Ball played forward. It's a great challenge from Thomas, who, by the way, if I haven't mentioned this, is 16 years of age. They should have scored to make it 3, and now I can't argue that we should be 2-0 up anymore because they've done more than we have. What do you do in this situation? This is the problem as well. I'm already on that, central midfield attack, which is what I would like to switch into. Thomas is already support rather than defensive, which is kind of what I would switch into. So the only thing I can do really is put these on attack duty. I won't put Ward on... screw it. Let's put Ward on attack duty as well. That's move him out into just being a ball-playing defender. James is really irritating, actually, because he apparently is a good wide central midfield player, even though he's got 1 crossing and 1 dribbling and 1 off the ball. 1 composure. Don't see how he would make a very good wide centre-back. But, could switch into that very old system with 3 at the back, wide centre-backs, Andrew further forward. I'm actually going to put Andrew further forward. And I'm going to put Ward further forward. I'm going to move Thomas. Oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm going to move Thomas into a anchor role. And I'm going to leave... If I did that, they would just split and there'd be no room in the middle. Gallagher can't play centre attacking midfield, can he? He can only play striker. How do I... This is really, really annoying. I don't really know what to do. I'm low crosses only. We don't want to work the ball into the box anymore. We want to up the tempo. We want low crosses. Players are on cross frequently anyway. We want to distribute quickly because we want to get the ball up the field a little bit faster. We do have... I'm going to change Millward into a ball-playing defender. He's on anchor duty. I'm going to have to tell Perry to attack because he's going to have to come out and act as a sweeper keeper because we're not going to have any... Yeah, I mean, maybe I just put them on support duty now that they're further forward. Let's put them on support duty now that they're further forward. There's no need to put them on attack duty. That's taking the mick a little bit. Right, let's do that. I don't know, whatever. Let's just see. Let's find out if that does anything. Let's encourage the boys again. It worked. I mean, all you have to do is tell people, look, this doesn't work. Try to show them, and it works. I wish I could do that with the CD player I just bought, but never mind. So, we haven't scored before half-time. I said I was going to be in trouble, and I think we may very well be. But we do have the leading goal scorer in the league, so you never know. We are playing 2 centre-backs as well, so you also never know. Maybe I should drop the line a little bit. I don't know. Gallagher, can he flick it round the corner? No, he can play it over the top to Andrews, who's now further forward. Ball into Bratley. Goal. Right, that's 1 back. Let's go. I mean, it's kind of what I wanted from Andrews, to be fair, to get round the outside and to do that. This level, I suppose it requires a little bit less... technical ability to be able to get that out of the players because defenders are not very good and you can afford to push people further forward and what have you, but we're now going to have to go on attack because it just ain't happening quick enough. I'm going to have to make a sub as well, and I don't know... I say I'm going to have to. I would like to. Bratley's the goal scorer. Am I really going to take him off? Probably not. Matt Brown is not playing well, so let's bring on... Jack Martin, who is right-footed as well, which helps. But then again, Harry Blackburn can come on. He's the new boy. Let's bring on Harry Blackburn. Why not? He's, rated quite highly there. Not that that makes that much of a difference. I do not like to lose. But it's happening, isn't it? Is Reece playing well? He's on a yellow. Should we bring on Lewis? Let's bring on Lewis Brown. I brought on Lewis Brown in the last game when we were... drawing 1-1, and he played a beautiful ball over the top to Meechan, who scored and won us the game. Not that I'm saying that's going to happen again today, because he's not really playing that role, but you never know. Meechan's come deep for it. Can he lay it off? Nope. He lost to a Hoover. Tancock back to the Hoover. Here's Phillips. Smith. These most generic names I've ever seen. Phillips back into the Hoover. Into Walters. Vickers. I don't like this. A long period of possession. Oh, that's a great challenge, but he didn't follow it through. I mean, if you're going to tackle, Don't just stand there and pat yourself on the back. You need to go and get it. Brown heads it forward, and they've got it again. Just when you think you're going to nick possession and run up the other end and score, they just take it back off us. Phillips is in, and it's a goal. And that, my friends, probably the end of the game. Not an awful lot more I can do here. I mean, I don't want to change the way I'm passing. Maybe to standard rather than just like super. Yeah, we'll go pass into space as well. It's kind of what you do, or what I do anyway. Don't really want to make any more subs unless I have a fast player. If I have someone with pace, I'll make the change. Actually, I don't want to watch them score. I'm already depressed as it is. Let me see if I've got anyone with pace. 12 acceleration. He's a defender. That's irrelevant. Jack Martin, 13 acceleration. Okay, so far. And then Dominic Connor's a fullback anyway. So, I've got one sub. How quick is Lucas Gallagher? 12. How quick is Bratley? 13. Yeah, see, it's pointless. How quick was Blackburn when I brought him on then? Is that going to do... Oh, it's not going to do much for his confidence if I take Blackburn off and bring Jack Martin on, is it? Ooh, dear. Do I? Tempted, you know. I am very tempted to take off Blackburn. Oh, I don't know what to do. Do not know what to do. Blackburn doesn't have pace. I've put pass into space on, and I think it might work better if we just... Yeah. Do I have... No. Normally I would cut this out, but I want you to watch the anguish that I'm going through. And I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to go against everything I've learned in Football Manager school, and I'm going to bring on Ills. I don't know why. Millward to James. Brown out wide. There he goes. Andrews into the box and goal. There it is. Bratley again. Thank you very much. Keep doing that and we've won the game. I mean, I don't even need to win. A draw would be nice just to avoid the defeat. Kickoff. Brilliant. We're going to get to see a kickoff highlight. Now, this in FM is just as bad as FIFA. Well, that's a lie. Maybe not just as bad, but it is irritating to see. Ball through to Thomas. Oh... And, yeah, there it is, 4-2. Literally, from kickoff. I think I'm just going to skip to the end of the game now, because I'm pretty sure that's the end. It's done. The team is going to be slightly different going into the game against Trevelyan. Jones, a brand new signing for us, comes in up front. He was a player that I actually signed... maybe a month ago when I actually bought Lucas Gallagher. I bought Robert Jones thinking it would be an immediate transfer. Didn't look at it properly. It said, oh, he's coming in January. Then had to go and buy Lucas Gallagher, who's actually come in and done okay. He hasn't done anything fantastic. 2 goals in 7 isn't amazing. Robert Jones, very good finishing, good dribbling, decent aggression, and some natural fitness. He's not terrible in the air either, which is obviously nice. So he comes in up front next to Meacham. We're going to see if that works. And the other player who comes in as well, Connor, who was my backup left back, you probably didn't recognise or remember who he is because he very rarely played. I've had to replace him because he's left. Rowan Gammond, who the fans are furious with because apparently he's crap. He's probably never going to play, but hey, he comes in and he will sit on the bench until maybe that one time I need him. He's going to cost me nothing. He is on a £1 appearance fee. Whopping money. Speaking of money, club is in... I mean, we're in the bin. We are minus something or other, 59, 69, something like that, pound a week in wages, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for a team or a club that doesn't really earn an awful lot unless they win cup games, which we are no longer in, yeah, we have a bit of a financial problem, and coupled with the fact that we are now, for some reason, terrible on the pitch. I have no idea why. I'm going to change this. This is the first highlight we've had since I just had a bit of a mental breakdown. 75 minutes gone. We have had 1 shot on target. Brown is through. He needs to square it. Oh my God. He is on shoot less often. What about that? Do you not understand? Ball in. Gallagher. save. Gallagher's on, by the way, for the new striker because he was useless. To be fair, they've all been crap today. Every single one of them, terrible. Brown plays the ball in. Keeper's going to get there, punches it out to Walker, who sprints forward. They've already got... now they've got support everywhere. He hasn't played it. He's run it into the corner. And James gets it clear. And Brown runs it out of play. Well, I don't know what to say, to be honest. We've gone from winning every game to losing in just overnight, and it's such a Football Manager thing. It just happens. Clark threw on goal, defence have completely switched off, and that is game, set, and match. We've lost again. Oh dear, oh dear. For people who were concerned that this was going to be very easy and we were going to get an Aston Villa job next week, I think this is a reality check, because I knew it was coming at some point. It had to. It's Football Manager. You don't win every game all the time. You go through a period where you start losing, your formation doesn't work, and then you start trying the 4-5-9-6-7-1 formation just to see if that does anything. But I think it might be time. Ball over to Spruce. Defenders can't get anywhere near him. He lobs the keeper, and that takes the absolute piss. That, I think, is the first game of the season we have not registered a goal. Although, I will say that you can see the yellow bar there. That is us. And that is our expected goals. It flew up when I changed it. So maybe, just maybe, I need to do that more often. I'm not saying that that is the corner turned, but that is definitely an improvement. 4-2-3-1, which is a bit annoying, seeing as I only have one central attacking midfield player and 4 strikers. But still, Blackburn came in, played well, as you can see. Brown played well, Meechan scored twice. We beat Goitra 4-1. Now, that's not really saying an awful lot, because Goitra are toward the bottom of the league. But the fact that we've scored 4 goals, we've had 27 shots and 11 of them have been on target, we've done a lot better than in previous games, one of which, like I said, we didn't even score. So that is an improvement. I'm not sure whether it would make sense to play that formation all the time, because against some of the teams like Carmarthen, Cambria and Swansea, Llanelli, they are better than we are on paper. I think we're probably better than someone like Goitra. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure, to see whether we can actually maintain a winning run now. Luckily for us, Ammanford, they're way down anyway, so I don't really care, but they did drop points. Llanelli, then they spat everywhere, just beat Swansea 3-0. So that knocks Swansea down even more. Swansea Uni, I've got to reiterate. And then, of course, Carmarthen just lost against Cambrian and Clydach. So, yeah, we are back up to that sort of 8-point gap now, which is a much better place to be. If we can keep it between 8 and 10, maybe even stretch it even further, I will be very, very pleased. Why have I got a Bayern Munich preview, as if I care this low down? When I return, realistically, it would have been nice to play Swansea next, but I will return. That's it, I can't scroll down anymore. We only have that many games left between now and the end of the season. Not many to go, which is mad, really, when you think about it. Is that maybe halfway? No, we've got less than half games to go now. So, I will come back when things... I'm not going to say where. I will come back when things look like we're either going to lose it or we're going to win it. Does that make sense? So, it may be here, it may be all the way down to the wire. We will have to wait and see, but that will be the end of the season. Then we'll take a look to see if there are any jobs available, and if there aren't any jobs that are worth taking. I'm not just going to take one for the sake of it. If there aren't any jobs worth taking, we're going to stay at Cumberland Celtic, whether we go up or whether we remain in the division, and we're just going to wait it out until we get recognised. Something that I forgot to mention is, I don't know... There we go. I've completed my coaching qualification, so now I have a National B licence. I am not sure if I can apply to the club to let me go for a higher licence, because obviously National C is the lowest, apart from having no licence, which someone like Matt Williams, my assistant manager, doesn't have, which is actually quite concerning. National C licence is what we started with. We now have a National B. National A, obviously, would be the next step. I'm not sure if I can, and I can't start a coaching course, can I go for my National A license? It would be very, very good. They said this before, actually. The board will get back to you shortly after they let you know their decision, whether they're actually going to let me do a National A. They didn't tell me that I was actually doing one. Obviously, in-game, he must have known. But I didn't have a clue until it popped up saying, hey, you've just got a National B. So, yeah, no idea. Maybe that's why the form dipped, is because I was concentrating on my studies. Don't really know. I am going to, apparently, has started work on a coaching course, the aim of gaining a National A license. The more we get, the quicker we get, the more doors it will open, I think. I hope. And then maybe the reputation builds slightly. We'll see what happens. But at the moment, we have a title to win, and we're in a good position. We just need to maintain this and cut out this. If you have enjoyed this episode of the FM Road to Glory, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.